Home, Chapter 16. A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Mira Rose. Artwork provided by XAA. You can find a link to the artist's Tumblr in the description box below. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel, thumbs up this video, and you know what? You already know what I'm going to say. Just go ahead and do it. Woohoo! Also, comment intro squad if you already heard this. Woohoo! Whatever. Okay, chapter 16. Let's go. Adrian aggressed as Cat Noir. Cat felt his heart palpitate as he realized Marinette snuck a glance at him as he ran his fingers through his hair. He'd struck a pose instinctively, as though her pupils were a camera and the kitchen lights were actually fluorescent. Why? Why did he do that? Oh, Kwamis, he was hopeless. She must think he's silly. Ugh, not the effect he was going for, that's for sure. What were we doing again? He asked, trying to compose himself. Couldn't tell you, she said, spinning her back to him and grabbing a knife to slice an apple. What, we don't have plans today? Cat tried to change the tone of the conversation, confused as to why she clammed up all of a sudden. Apple? She turned and pressed a slice to his mouth, silencing him not from the gesture, but because her fingers grazed his lips. Oh, come on. Couldn't she realize how hard he was trying to not think about kissing her? You know, he caught her hand. If anyone saw us right now, they'd think we were a couple. Without missing a beat, Marinette smushed the apple slice into his face. Save it for Ladybug. Yeah, he definitely had a thing for girls like Ladybug. Except, well, Marinette wasn't like Ladybug. Actually, Marinette wasn't like this normally. In the 2 years he'd known her, she'd been the girl always tripping up words unless it came down to something important. She was a great leader when she needed to be, but not always when she had to be. He liked the side of herself she showed to Cat Noir, but he couldn't figure out why Marinette acted like, well, Marinette with everyone else. It was confusing. I should at least get a date if you're forcing dinner on me, Cat said, continuing the banter. A flash of light interrupted the space between them, kicking Cat's superhero instincts into overdrive. He tackled Marinette to the floor, sheltering her with his body, before popping up and assessing the situation. Akuma victim. Got it. Scooping Marinette up as she protested, Cat jogged down the stairs and into the street, looking for the best place to store her. Where would she be least likely to get hurt? Buildings were crashing left and right. Were there any safe enough to stand up to... Cat looked up to see the victim. A Gundam-looking robot? Where could he protect her from that? The subway? Yes, the subway! The subway was underground and built to withstand that kind of pressure. Ignoring Marinette's fists pounding on his chest and deaf to her words, he raced toward the entrance, only to be met by a robotic metal foot. Okay, not the subway. Got it. Put me down, Cat! He nearly dropped Marinette with the resistive tension she gave by locking her elbows. No. Ladybug wasn't here yet, so he couldn't risk leaving Marinette alone. Where could she be safe besides with him? Wait, that's it. She can just stay with him. Grabbing his baton, Cat adjusted his grip on her and made his way to the Gundam's shoulder to see the pilot inside. Okay. He dragged her to a rooftop, despite her protests. Come on, Cat, think. Stay behind me, he grunted, stepping back into a fighting stance like a black knight for his princess. Just who is it that needs protecting? The voice was smug, and Cat whipped around to see Ladybug smirking at him. Ladybug? Where's... He looked around frantically. Where did Marinette go? He needed to protect her. She's safe, Cat. She's a smart girl. Smart enough for me to trust her with a Miraculous, that is. Is that what you did? Cat was nearly pleading with her to know. You gave her a Miraculous. Then she'll be safe, right? You know, magical spandex and all that. What's going on, kitty? You got a crush on the girl next door or something? Cat took a few steps back and snapped his mouth closed, clinging his baton to his chest. So that... He cleared his throat. So that Akuma sure is big, huh? Ladybug laughed and took a step toward him. Yeah, because you're always losing your cat toys. He could tell it was a joke, but he didn't get it. Whatever. Akuma time. Time to fight an Akuma. The Akuma's here, and it's his job to fight it. Don't worry about Marinette. Ladybug said she'd be fine. Don't worry about Marinette. Don't worry about Marinette. Don't worry about... Cat took a metallic fist to the chin without warning, spiraling him out of his thoughts and into a lamppost. Wait, what? Before Cat had the chance to groan, Ladybug scooped him up and sprinted them away, hiding behind a dumpster to assess him. Cat! She hissed. For the love of all that is sweet, where is your head today? Sorry. Cat knew he'd messed up. The hit knocked some sense into me. Let's go. He couldn't protect Marinette if he couldn't even protect himself. The fastest way to make sure she was safe is to take down the Akuma and search for her after the lucky charm. He had to wonder, as he fought against the Akuma alongside Ladybug, if the deities who created the Kwami were looking down on him now. Would they be proud of him? Or embarrassed? He was merely a boy who always seemed to have his tail caught in a crush. Cataclysm! There we go. The cockpit was open, the victim inside staring wide-eyed as Ladybug threw her lucky charm, a lit match, inside. It caught fire on the carpet, which turned out to be a playmat, and out flew the Akuma. Bye-bye, little butterfly, she said. It's time to de-evilize! Cat took a moment to take her in. Youth and beauty and confidence wrapped up in red and speckled with dots. He lifted his fist, not bothering to mutter his usual words. Pound it, Ladybug said, nearly laughing before her face fell. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. He shook his head. But you're right. About? Marinette. I do have a crush. She didn't respond verbally. Her eyebrows shot toward the sky and she covered her mouth, taking a few steps back before lowering her gaze. Oh. It's not like you like me or anything, right? So, I'm not hurting you by liking somebody else. Right? Right. Her voice sounded strange, but she quickly tapped her earlobe as the earrings beeped. Well, good luck, Cat. Thanks. I'm gonna go find her. I bet she probably ran back home. She grabbed her yo-yo and exchanged one more glance, biting her lower lip. Good luck. Her wish came out softer than he was used to hearing her voice as, and it was nearly unsettling. Arrgh. He didn't have time to worry about it right now. Marinette was probably fuming over how he treated her. With a sigh, Cat Noir turned southward and began trotting across the rooftops toward the Dupang Chang bakery. It was time to go home. Thank you so much for listening. Chapter 17 is on the way. For those of you waiting for it, the comment of the day is time to go home. I will catch you in the next one. Ciao!